Some of you don't know this guy, but I have a friend named Gyro who is a global 2 Thamus, and he's been spamming Freya with over a 90% win rate this season. So I decided for one game to actually try Freya and to see how it goes. The one thing I understand is that her, Thamus, and Alucard all have an extremely similar playstyle, in the sense that the less CC the enemy has and the less burst damage the enemy has, the better off you're going to perform. So this enemy team is almost optimal for any of those 3 heroes. If you like Freya, Thamus, or Alu, I highly recommend picking one of the 3 of them against an enemy team comp such as this one. I mean, this was the most free farm solo carry game I've ever played in my life. Thankfully this Diggy was good and the Mia wasn't terrible, but the other 2 I can't really speak too much for. You're gonna see that we were able to put the entire team on our back throughout this entire game just because of how busted Freya currently is. When one of these 3 heroes is meta, it's usually the one you should priority pick. So in the case of Alucard being stronger than Freya or Thamus, this video would have been a video about Alucard instead. In the case of Thamus being better, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, the thing about Freya is that once she gets scaled, literally nobody can stop her. She has way too much damage, way too much sustain, and way too much just outplay ability. Her mobility as well makes it extremely hard to escape her if you don't have a lot of dash skills, which in this game, majority of the enemy team have only 1, if none, for dash skills. I mean, Estes and Hanabi both don't have dashes. Lucian in theory can have 2 to 3 dashes. Suyu has 2. CC has 1. You get what I'm saying? Either way, they play to invade on early and I can't really do anything about it. So I'm just gonna ping my team to kind of let them know, alright, I'm getting invaded. I'm probably not gonna get my level 4, but let's see if they decide to force anything, because it looks like they will on Harley. I mean, I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice. If you're gonna steal a camp from the enemy jungler, don't die for it or feed them a kill after, because a camp is almost equal to getting a kill in early game, and honestly, gold-wise, obviously getting a kill is much better. So you made a drastic mistake here. A lot of people like to run Ice Retry on Freya for chase, but I'm gonna tell you the same thing I would tell you if you're playing Alucard. Ice Retry is a waste of time. Again, sorry Mia, but I want to skill myself up. I'm gonna take these minions. As I was saying though, Ice Retry is a complete waste of time. Flame Retry gives you a bonus 70 damage in the first minute of the game for 3 seconds, and you can see that Estes quite literally disintegrated, and I'm only level 4 with barely any items. There's a big fight happening on top lane. Let's limit test Freya a little. Okay, maybe she's not able to 1v4 off the rip, but I also had really bad targeting. Obviously, targeting the Estes is not terrible there, but the problem is that Freya gets more vamp per enemy she hits with her basic attack, and I wasn't splashing the enemies properly there. If you're paying attention, most of the time, most of my attacks were only hitting Estes, and the times where I was getting a lot of sustain was when I was hitting multiple of them with one attack. We kind of threw away a turtle here, but it's not the end of the world, because we're 4-1. We are 800 gold up on Suyu in the sense of kills, without counting his kills, of course. We're farming faster now, we're clearing faster, everything is good. During the time I was clearing my buff, they really forced hard on bot lane and they don't have a lot of skills, which is where Freya excels. Even if we're only able to clean up 1 kill here, it's simply due to the fact that they have an Estes. If they had any other healer in the game, this would have been a double or triple kill. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I prefer the enemy having an Estes than to have something else. I would rather have to do more damage to kill them than not be able to move at all, with the likes of them having a tank who would like to solo ult me. I have played games versus Francos who deliberately only target me with their suppress, and when I tell you it is the most annoying thing in the world, it really is. And that's why I'm telling you not to pick these jungles unless if you know that they don't have enough stuns for you. You can see just how important Flame Retry is in confirming these kills, and people always underestimate Freya's damage in early since she is not really known for her early. Freya was known before for being a very scaling hero, but now Freya is an absolute unit the second she gets level 4, so you're able to immediately punish people who are out of position, And if you're playing anywhere below Mythical Immortal, it's going to tend to happen very often, but even in Mythical Immortal lobbies, sometimes people overextend and make themselves very easy targets. Overall, the same macro applies to Thamuz and Alucard. You want them to use their skills, then you want to engage, as it creates a better chance at you fighting. As a perfect example, if I'm gonna 3 versus 1, I would like to 3 versus 1 after Gushin uses his combo, and preferably after Estes uses his ultimate. In that case and scenario, it's gonna be 10 times easier for me to 3v1. I feel bad for my Mincy here, but I'm getting so much value in other parts of the map that there's literally no point in me helping him. So let's continue on bot lane. Even though it's kind of disgusting that I didn't play this properly and I was able to get a double, if I was slightly to the side of Estes, I would have been splashing onto Hanabi as well. So if you guys want to have slightly better micro on Freya, these are the kind of things you can consider, because I'm guessing that in much higher level lobbies, let's say 300-400 star lobbies, that would make an absolute difference. But I know majority of my subscribers are not in those lobbies, so learn these few little mechanics like jumping over walls like this, where you can jump at an angle to jump over them further. Learn the mechanic of at least timing your engage and you will be totally fine. If anything, Estes is just allowing me to farm my damage dealt stat at this point. Like, I have to do 2 of his health bars to kill him, which is kind of hilarious, but he's still not able to survive it, which just shows you how monstrous Freya is with a gap. I want you guys to pay attention to the total kills, 12 to 10. If I didn't get any of the kills, my team wouldn't have gotten any kills. So yes, this ends up being one of those kind of games where if I didn't do everything, nothing happens. As I'm clearing mid here, I'm paying attention to the map. I saw that Gushin ulted, and now I know it's my cue to engage to get some free kills. Honestly, if you're not going for these risky maniacs, can you call yourself a fighter jungle main? All jokes aside, I really should have stopped after killing Hanabi if I was taking it seriously, but I thought I had the damage to kill CC there. That's kind of unfortunate. Here I decide to build a rose gold instead because I know that I'm gonna need the little bit of extra sustain, and I am kind of confident now, even if they have their skills. Now do you understand why I said if Gushin doesn't have ult I can engage? Unfortunately, Diggy did ult a little late, but I can't blame him. That's why in chat I say nice try. I was just, like, it's kind of my bad. I shouldn't have taken that engage whatsoever. So take this as a sign, even if you're feeling confident, wait for them to use their skills. And then another fight breaks out right on the Mincetar here, who love to be very out of position. Please pay attention to my target prioritization. I always take out the target that's the biggest threat to killing me, which in this case was Gushin, and then I go for the marksman next because we are in the later stage of the game. I'm not targeting Estes anymore, because at the end of the day, I would rather kill the Hanabi, but if I'm able to kill the Estes and Hanabi at the same time, of course I'll target the Estes if he's on lower HP. Use your own discretion, but I like to kill the one that's the biggest problem for me to deal with first, which is of course Gushin, due to the fact that he can chunk over 70% of my HP at the minimum when I'm in my ult, and that's way too problematic for me. I take the blue buff here because it confirms my rose gold, gets me that, and now I have that extra sustain, and next we go for corrosion, which yes, I know it's very late, but it's going to be super helpful. Now, I'm not going to tell you it was a good decision to miss the Lord, of course I should have been there, but we managed to kill 4 and that's all that realistically matters. Looking at the map, I knew that Lord would spawn on top lane, which is why you see me idling here. If you don't know, whichever lane has the most amount of damage taken, yes Estes, it did hurt at this time, but all jokes aside, whichever lane has the most amount of damage taken or least amount of turrets is the one that the Lord will go down. As I was taking bot lane, the enemy dove my Diggy really hard, so let's try to punish them for it. Again, without fail, every time I don't target the Gushin, he's the biggest problem for me. So again, you can use your own discretion. I really thought I could have enough damage, but I was very happy with my team for cleaning up here. You don't know how bad they were playing. I was trying my absolute best to boost the morale. And I want you guys to witness what my Mia, who did well, looked like. Chasing the CC, then stopping, you know, and then stopping again. Diggy gets the pull. Mia's idling back here, right? Starts attacking the minions. Diggy's getting chased by CC. Mia's still attacking the minions, finally turns around to attack the CC, and then decides to keep attacking the minions, and then goes back to attacking the CC, and now Suyu's already here, and my roamer dies. Yeah. 50-star lobbies at the minimum? Really? I have no words. So my Harley split pushing, which is why I want to kind of Lord dance. I know that I could probably confirm the Lord because Suyu's not here, but I know that Gushin and Hanabi are here now, and with that in mind, I don't really want to take this 2v3, considering, well, Diggy is back, yes, but now that Diggy's getting targeted and Gushin used his combo and his ult, we are definitely engaging here. Since Gushin has nothing right now, we're going to engage the Hanabi since she has more stuff. Same concept with the CC. So even though we don't kill the Gushin, he had absolutely no skills to help them, which is why we targeted the other ones first. Even if Gushin lives, he's not really the priority. And then Suyu came in trying to steal, giving us just a free kill. Thank you very much, Suyu. We managed to also find a random Estus in the wild. Don't you guys love when this kind of stuff happens? It's absolutely beautiful. Extra free kill. We are currently 22-4, and we have literally only 2 kills that we have not participated in this entire match, which is completely crazy and goes to show you just how strong Freya really is at carrying these matches. Of course, I choose to reply to SS after the game. I don't want to say anything during it in case if I start trolling, but yes, Freya is a monster when they don't have CC. You need to make sure that you're not picking her early or else they will pick counters. If you pick her later after they already pick their roamer and they already pick their jungle and let's say their mage or XP as well, you're gonna have a good time. Like in this case, there was nobody really to do anything to me. They only had Suyu stun. So there's nothing to do to stop me if Gushin can't combo me. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. 52% damage, absolutely crazy.